Well, hello everyone. We hope you're doing fine, and we're Senior, and welcome to our podcast. Today we're here with Marina, and she's a nurse who works in the pediatric intensive care unit at the Posadas Hospital. Hello, Marina. We're very happy to have you here.
Hi, how y'all doing today? Thank you for having me.
No problem. Well, whenever you want to start with the questions.
Can you tell us why have you decided to be a nurse?
I decided to be a nurse when actually my husband got very sick and he had some surgeries. And that there was actually, he wasn't home and there was actually a nurse that was supposed to come and do all the, um, you know, medication and, doing up the
Yeah.
stitches and stuff like that. And the guy just came and showed me how to do it and never showed up again. And that's kind of how I started. Then when I came back, actually, I have a high school friend that he was a nurse and he was like, oh, you can do this. I know you can do it. You have all what it takes. And so I started studying and here I am.
Well,
Oh, that's
that's
great.
nice. Another question is, what is like to work at the Posadas Hospital?
Eh, well, it's fun, I'm gonna say. I like what I do.
Why?
I like what I do. I like actually work. I like to work with kids because they're special. I mean, if um, when the kids are sick, they show you they're sick. I mean, you can see it on their faces. They're sad. They're like, you
Yeah.
can see that. And when
Mm.
they're not, when they're getting better, they also show it to you by smiling, by giving you help, by making you drawings, and actually that's something that I love. And actually working at Posadas, and there's a lot of um, low income people, you know, the people that was actually
Yes.
very
Yes.
very poor, and
Um,
you have to work with, it's not just the patient, it's you work with the entire family. You
mm,
have to teach the parents how to do stuff. You have to show them, and you have to help them because sometimes they don't have something to eat, sometimes they don't have clothes, or things to take a shower. And it's a lot of, it's a
it's
mix
a
of
very
things.
difficult situation now.
Yes, and now it's even more.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's even worse.
Okay,
Okay.
can you tell us how is your daily routine when you go to work at the hospital?
My daily routine when I go to work. Okay, I actually get prepared up around 6 o'clock. I go in, I work at the night shift. I go in at 8 p.m. and I get off at 8 a.m. I work a 12-hour shift. Sometimes, like today, I had to stay because there was no other co-workers that they can be over there, you know, and
Yes.
I had to stay an extra 6 hours. And nothing, I just start my shift like, the first thing I do is prepare with my coworkers. It's four of us in the in the ICU that I am. There's four nurses, and there's two rooms. And we help each other out a lot. Some one of us is with the kids and doing
Yes.
measuring temperature and the pressure, and the other one is making all the medication. That's what I do most of the time. I prepare the whole medication for the entire night, IVs
Okay.
and whatever I have to do.
Okay. And about your job, what do you like the most about your job and what you don't like? What don't you like?
The part that I don't like is when the kids pass away. In my service, we have a lot of different types of diseases. And I think it's more difficult for me when a kid passes away when they were like a regular kid, like a normal kid who got sick and passed away. And because you can see them, you remember when they were smiling at you or they were, were playing with you, and then something happened and they just passed away. That's the worst part for me.
We can imagine that the relation between patient and nurse is really close.
It must be
We
hard.
are there
yes.
all the time. We are there with them all the time, all day long. And they know us, they receive us with a smile when, when the kid is okay. And in my service, the parents, they're not there at nighttime, after 10 p.m., the parents go home and they stay with us, especially the night shift, because during the daytime, they're there with the parents, but at nighttime, they're not. And they're bad, and we get to hold them, and we come too close with them. We just,
Yes.
Yes.
that's the nice part, and that's the bad part. The bad part is when they pass away. And
Yeah.
the fun part is when they go home, they get to go home and they're like, hey, we're leaving and thank you for everything. And we are happy and we love you. And, I receive pictures of them when when I'm home, hey, we're here. And that's amazing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's like a temporary family.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you can say
Thank
that,
you.
yes.
And we were wondering what is the most rewarding thing that has happened to you working there?
The most rewarding, I guess, is when they go home. When they go home and they get to, that they have a pretty rough time and they get to go home. That's the most rewarding part about it.
Can you tell us a crazy story in relation to a patient?
A crazy story like what?
Like something that you remember that like it took all of your attention and you always remember or you always talk about it.
Well, I have actually good and bad. I have both. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you the bad one because it's actually I don't know. When I actually started working at the hospital and this service, I fell in love with a little girl. I mean, I was crazy about this little girl. And nothing, she got to go home, and whenever she comes, right now she's about, when I had her, she was, I don't know, she was not even a 1 year old. And right now when I see her, and then whenever she sees me, she just runs to me, she runs towards me. And I love her. I love her dearly because she was my very first patient, and the parents didn't care much about her. So whenever, I wasn't even on vacation. I was, like, hey, how you doing? Let me make a video,
Yes.
a video chat with her, and she was like, and it's today that whenever I get to see her, whenever she comes for a checkup or something, she just runs towards me, and
And well, all we know that the world is going through bad times, and the habits of the person has changed a lot. So now that you are here, we want to ask you, how has your job changed since the pandemic started?
well, it has changed a lot. There's a lot of checkup. There's a lot of temperature measuring. There's a lot of washing your hands. I mean, even we wash our hands before, and right now it's even, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna give you an approximate. I wash my hands about 30 times throughout the night, 30, 40, maybe. I take off my gloves, I put on my gloves, I take off my, I wash my hands. I have to, get dressed for one patient, get undressed and get dressed again for the next one. And there's a lot of changing. And there's a lot of, there's the mascaras that we have to use that, we experience a shortage of breath because we have to be with the mascara the whole 12 hours. And whenever we go inside the rooms, we have, we have to use 2 masks, plus the face mask, plus the goggles, plus. And whenever we come out, we have, all kinds of marks and bruises and and the fact that, for example, the kids used to receive the visit, the visit from uncles once a week, grandparents, and the kids need it, everybody needs, to see the relatives. And right now it's just mom or dad. They cannot be both of them. They have to be just one or the other and nobody else. No brothers, no sisters, no aunts, no nothing.
And it happened really fast.
Yeah, it happens fast. It happens, I don't know, we didn't expect it. And the hospital has changed a lot. Right now, at this moment, the hospital it's opening new services. It's opening more therapies for grown-ups. They're closing child services to put adults. Right now, for example, my service, which we handle and they want to close us too, so they can put grown-ups to us, and and it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult, and not only in the hospital, but it's also very difficult in the aspect that you see people that don't care. They don't, you see people, at the outside and drinking, they're like groups together, drinking, sharing a bottle of beer. And I'm like, that's fine. You can get together. I don't care. Just don't share the bottle. Don't share your mate. Don't share it, because we are exhausted. We are filling in for everybody. Like today, I just work 18-hour shift. I go in tomorrow, I might have to work another 18-hour shift. We are exhausted and it hits you, and we have I don't know, maybe I went off on the question, but
No, it's okay.
but we have our families, and we have families. For example, my father is asthmatic, he has asthma. And for me, I'm like, stay over there, please. Don't come close to me until I take a bath, or
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah.
it's very rough. I had my kids, actually, they moved in with my parents for the same reason, because when all started, we didn't know what was going to happen, and I sent them with my parents, and it was tough. It was rough.
Recording
yes,
stopped.
It's a difficult situation. We know that. A reality is that the nurses, all the persons that work in a hospital are too exposed to the virus. Probably, like you say, and they have a family that they want to care. In your case, were a person with asthma. So, and did you was scared of the virus?
I am still scared. Because if I have the vaccine, I've been vaccinated. I don't know. I don't know if if I get it, I don't know if I'm gonna be okay and just have, pass it as a flu. I don't know if I'm gonna be on a bed with a breathing machine. I don't know, and it scares me. Yes, it does. It scares me a lot.
Well, thank you.
Everyone is scared.
Yeah.
Well, that will be all the questions. Marina, it's been a pleasure to have you here. And thank you so much for taking a bit of your time to be here with us and letting us know about the reality of a lot of essentials. We want to say be grateful, and well, we can say enough thanks for all the things you do. Also, to everyone who's hearing us to the podcast, remember to stay safe, to stay healthy. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much, Marina, for being here.
No, thank you guys for having me here. It was a
Bye.
pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.